Welcome to the Montessori room. Crystal House School is a Montessori school and we follow the Montessori curriculum. As you come into the room, you're going to see different centers. We have practical life, we have the sensorial, we have numeracy, and we have language and the culture center. So at this point in time, I'd like to hand you over to our head teacher and the Montessori champion, Miss Cynthia, who will take you over the different centers, the different projects, what kind of ages are able to interact with this project, and what kind of objectives are we aiming to have at the end of the projects. Miss Cynthia, over to you.
So this is the Montessori Center. Children learn by seeing, touching, and interacting with objects that introduces them to learning. For example, I'm going to take us through the sensorial, the practical life, the language, and the geography center. So this is the language center. At the language center, children are introduced to sounds. These are sandpaper sounds. They touch and they feel it. When they feel it, they're able to, their message is sent to their memory. Now, this helps them with writing and coordination. Now, when it comes after sounds, we move on to the word building. They learn the A to Z, the phonetics. Then we start introducing them to word building. Now, word building is done using the large movable alphabet. The small movable alphabet. Sorry. Now, for example, we want to make, I'll use this for example. This is tap. So the child is going to use the letters, the sounds to make the word T. They've already learned the sound, so they'll be confident. They'll be able to say T. After T, we want to make the word tap. T, A, P. Now, this is done on a daily basis and it helps with repetition. When they do this in the center, at the language center, they'll be doing it in class in their books by naming pictures. So the child becomes confident and comfortable to write the word tap. This is done for all the vowels. There is A vowel up to A, E, O, and R. Next, after this, we introduce them to what we call the double sounds. There's O, variety of them. They are going to be doing word building. This helps in their vocabulary and naming of pictures, naming of words. For example, this is E. What is this? This is shape. So this is at the language center. Next, I'm going to take us through the numeracy center. At the numeracy center, that's the math center, children learn their numbers. They begin by learning the numbers 1 up to 10, and then they start doing their values. For example, this is number 1. Number 1, we are going to learn the numbers first. After learning the numbers, we are going to introduce the values. 1 means 1. The child is going to be able to count the values. Then 2, for example, 1, 2. So we go all the way up to 10. So after, there are quite a number of projects that we use to introduce the maths activities for them. Now, next I'm going to show us the practical life center. Let's head this way. The practical life center, we are helping the child to bridge what happens at home, the environment, and at school. For example, at home we are taking care, we are learning the care of self, the care of person, we are learning care of environment, and we are learning different shapes, different colors. So the child is going to learn how to coordination organization, independence, accuracy at the Practical Life Center. For example, through this, we're learning how to pour. Pouring into different bottles. Now, when a child makes a mess, let's say they are transferring and there's a mess, this they are going to learn how to tidy up the environment. And then when they are putting it back, there's the sound it makes. It excites the child. And when still they are learning how to care for the environment. Now, there's transferring, there's pouring, there's transferring using your hands or using a spoon. It's not limited to what is on the shelf. There's still more practical life on this other side. Here we are going to be learning how to dress ourselves. For example, by this we are going to be learning how to button. We teach them buttoning, we teach them how to zip. This is still part of the buttonings and the buckles and the Velcro. Next, I'm going to show you the sensorial center. At the sensorial center, we are learning to differentiate sizes. For example, we have this. This is called the knobbed cylinder. We have the knobless cylinder as well. Now, the knobless cylinder, how you hold it, translates to your writing later on. Now, we are learning different depths and sizes. For example, here we have, this is shallow and this is deep. This is wide and this is narrow. So the child is learning how to hold, and again we are learning different spaces and sizes. There is order, organization that is learned at this level as well. This introduces us to geometry. We have colors, the color boxes, we have shapes for them to learn as well. Next, I'll take us to the culture center, where the children are going to be introduced to what happens in their life outside there. For example, geography. We are going to be learning animals, sea creatures, and this is so fun for them because they actually get to make this. This was on the theme of sea creature. The child is given assignment to take home, and just after they've learned about the sea creatures, they are going to be able to make a project through this. So that is all about our centers. We believe that children learn by touching, by seeing, by smelling, through their senses when they are alert, and that is what makes learning more fun every day. Thank you.